So, I now want to give Bruce Arians a lot of credit right here because here's the thing that I have to admire about Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning a Super Bowl this year. Let's talk about how Tom Brady and Bruce Arians, kind of fit in and how they made things work, When it boils down to things, Bruce Arians and Tom Brady are an odd fit because Tom Brady, the way he plays the game of football, he's all about being precise. He pays great attention to detail. He's all about stealing yards underneath, all about those easy completions. He's more of a dink and dunk quarterback. And he'll take his shots down the field, but he likes to take calculated shots down the field. Meanwhile, Bruce Arians, boy oh boy, is he no risk it, no biscuit. He wants to take shots down the field. He's all about taking risks. And what Bruce Arians believes he rolls out is what he believes is going to work 100%, no doubt about it. Bruce Arians, to a certain degree, is stubborn to a fault. And that's honestly sort of how Bruce Arians is by nature. And I'm really not going to knock the guy for it because you would think that Bruce Arians is sort of cocky because, well, he's an NFL head coach, so whatever he's done to get to this point has gotten him this far. So if you're Bruce Arians, you're thinking to yourself, I've gotten this far with what I've done. Why should I change for the better? Okay? And everyone talks about how if you get two people that do the same thing very well and you combine them together, they become lethal. And in certain instances, you're right. But I've always argued if you can combine two opposite powers that do different things but at an elite level, you look at Bruce Arians and that no-risk-it-biscuit offense. That offense was elite last year despite Jameis Winston's turnovers. They were one of the best offenses in all of football. They just couldn't overcome Jameis's, fumbles and interceptions, okay? Meanwhile, Tom Brady, he's super precise. He's super, detail-oriented, studying film and really adjusting on the fly. That's what Tom Brady is known for. But see, when you combine the risk-taking of Bruce Arians and the conservative and calculated shots that Tom Brady wants to take at times, boy, oh boy, is that a lethal combination. And I always kind of struggle to understand why people, said Tom Brady and Bruce Arians are not going to work. Usually, more times than not, greatness figures itself out, just point blank, period. But I don't think enough people watched Tampa Bay Buccaneers games last year on a regular basis just because I saw that offense and I said, there are plays within the structure of this offense that are not being executed because Jameis Winston, he's behind the eight ball. Tom Brady will execute those throws. He'll get the ball out quickly. He'll elevate the offensive line. He'll elevate Bruce Arians. And ultimately, I think that Bruce Arians will be able to at times elevate Tom Brady's game because he's going to allow Tom Brady to be free and take a bunch of shots down the field with those great weapons in Tampa Bay. So you got to give Tom Brady and Bruce Arians a ton of credit because this offense, at the end of the day, was a mix of Tom Brady and Bruce Arians' greatest strengths. Tom Brady picking you apart and Bruce Arians making sure the offense takes their shots down the field and makes big plays. So that's how I feel about Bruce Arians and Tom Brady and how they blended together. They blended together very, very smoothly. There were some, rough patches here and there, which was expected. You're not going to automatically right out the gate, gel together 100%. There were some growing pains, Remember during the regular season when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got boat raced and curb stomped not once, but twice by Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints? Everyone thought that Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, and Gronkowski and this offense wasn't going to work. And people said at that moment that the Saints, they had taken over. It was over for the Buccaneers. They were frauds. But you got to give the Buccaneers a ton of credit. After their bye week, they really stepped things up, and they were a different team out that bye week. And Tom Brady, along with Bruce Arians, deserves a ton of credit for allowing this team to become Super Bowl champions. And all the hard work paid off, no doubt about it, like I said. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.